Okay, honeys, we will have a quiz and a notebook check on tomorrow. So I'm going to be looking for those instructions for writing the directions for constructing a triangle, square, and regular hexagon, which you should have already done this week. So I want you to write them again and try to write them without looking at your notes. Try to learn them by heart. Then I want you to write directions for copying a line, copying a segment, bisecting an angle, and constructing a perpendicular bisector. Write down these instructions and try to do them without looking at your notes. This first one I'm going to go ahead and do with you. I want you to try that one without using your notes too, and then go check. You can check your notes or you can check the rest of this video. So the first one says, draw all of the triangle centers or points of concurrency and tell how they are created. All right, so I'm going to do the first one is a centroid. So a centroid is created by medians, okay? Created by medians. And a median is, so in order to create a median, I need to first get the midpoint of each of these sides. And I'm gonna call this triangle A, B, C. So I'm gonna get the midpoint of each of the sides of the triangle. Then from the midpoint, I'm gonna say these two are the same, these pieces are the same, and these pieces are the same. So from the midpoint to the vertex would be a median. And from the vertex to this midpoint would be a median. And from the vertex to this midpoint would be the median. And where they all cross that is called your centroid. Okay? Let me all right, so next we're going to do our end center. So I'm going to draw a triangle and we're going to do our end center. Now, how is the end center created? The end center is created, I have a whole song on this, so maybe I'll share the song with you guys one day. The end center is created by angle bisectors. Okay? So I'm going to get some angles here, angles here, angles here. So I'm going to call this triangle A, B, C. And then I am going to do this angle bisector, graph this angle bisector, and this angle bisector. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to show this is an angle bisector. This red line here is an angle bisector because it's going to split this angle into two equal pieces. Same thing here. And just look for the markings on these two equal pieces. All right, now there is also something special about the end center. This point right here is the end center, and I am going to draw a circle on the inside of this end center. A circle, which is another way you can remember this, end center. It has a circle in the middle of it. And what this means is that this end center is equal distance from the sides of the triangle that it's in. It's equal distance from the sides of the triangle that it's in. So what that means is the distance from here to here, the distance from here to here, and the distance from here to here will all be the same. Those are called radii. So we're going to say the end center is equal distance from the sides of its triangle. Okay, good. So let's keep it right on moving. Let's do the circumcenter next. So this is a special one too, because sometimes the circumcenter can be outside of the triangle, depending on what type of triangle you have. Sometimes the circumcenter can lie on the outside of the triangle. So circumcenter. So the circumcenter is created by perpendicular bisectors. Created by perpendicular bisectors. So what's a perpendicular bisector. So first thing I'm going to do is find the midpoints of my triangle. So this is going to be A, B, C. I'm going to call this E, F, and G. So here's the midpoint of my triangle, and then I am going to draw a line, and I'm not being accurate here, that's going to be perpendicular to that side. And the same thing here. Oops. And I'm freehanding, so my lines are not going to be perfect, babies. So I'm going to draw a line segment, rather, that's going to be perpendicular there. And it's going to split this. It's going to split this. And then I'm going to draw, oopsie, there. And it's going to split these into 2 equal pieces. Okay, so this point right here, where all of these perpendicular bisectors intersected at, is called the circumcenter. Okay, and there's something special about the circumcenter. It has a circle, and my circle's not going to be perfect. It's going to be on the outside, and it's going to go through the vertices of the triangle. So your circle goes through the vertices of this triangle. So what that means is that that yellow point, which is called a circumcenter, the circumcenter, and these are facts that you need to know, babies. The circumcenter is equidistant from the vertices of its triangle. And the circumcenter is one of those special points of concurrency where it can actually be outside of the triangle that you draw. It can be outside too, so make sure you remember that fact. Circumcenter can sometimes be outside of the triangle. It can be outside of it because sometimes these lines won't intersect inside the triangle depending on the type you have. It could be out here somewhere. Okay, so let's knock out the last one. The last one, which is called an orthocenter. Okay, so the orthocenter is created by altitudes. And we're going to talk about what an altitude is. So with the orthocenter, I'm going to call this triangle A, B, and C. And the word ortho means right. So all you do is go from the vertex and to the opposite side and just draw a line or line segment that is perpendicular to the other side. That's all you do. Draw a line or a line segment that is perpendicular to the other side. Okay? And this point right here is called the orthocenter. Okay, and that's one of the simple ones. That's one of the, the really easy ones to remember. Okay, so these are all of your triangle centers. Please make sure you write those other directions down and that you know your things, because as you already know, we won't be testing exactly on the same way to do things. We're going to be testing the concepts, or we're going to quiz the concepts. So just make sure you know how to create all your triangle centers and how they're created, and make sure you know how to construct your constructions. Okay, babies, see you tomorrow. Bye.